Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm going to get Instagram going. I'm just going to wait to see if anybody comes on again. I'm not really looking for numbers. It's just really to record on YouTube and anybody who wants to watch on Instagram Live. I am doing Instagram Live over here and YouTube Live over here. I got to remember to look up here and not at myself. Maybe I should be mowing down some crunchies, doing some mukbang. Huh? Yeah? No, because that's really gross. Nobody wants to see somebody talk with food in their mouth, but that seems to be a new fetish lately. Like people watching people eat. What is that all about? Anybody? Like, really? I don't get this. I got fuzzies going on again. So it isn't 6 o'clock yet, I don't think. Nope, just gonna wet my whistle first. Why? What's with this? Like, got a leaf on my head right here. Point. Move that. Silly. It's like my own little, Snapchat headband, right? So cool. All right, nobody's even watching, so it's not a big deal. Okay. All right. I'm going to get started because it is 6 o'clock. Welcome. I don't know who's on YouTube Live because I can't see that on my laptop. If you want to just say hi in the comments or the live chat, feel free. If not, that's okay. I'm also doing Instagram over here with my phone, and on my laptop, I'm doing YouTube right there. Okay. So I'm going to give a disclaimer today that today, I'm going to be discussing the Donna Matthews murder trial, day 3, and most of it is going to be my opinion. I am going to talk about some things that did happen in court today, but I can't talk a lot about it because I left. I did leave early today after some testimony, and I'll tell you why. I am a highly sensitive person. If you watch any of my YouTube videos, I am a really highly sensitive person. If you don't know what that means, I'll just really break it down to you really, really quickly. I kind of absorb the feelings of people and moods and their demeanors, and it affects me emotionally. And today I walked into the courtroom and was immediately just dragged down physically and emotionally. Like I was just so tired. I couldn't keep my eyes open. And then the testimony that I heard today was so bad that I had to come home and sleep. And I slept for about 4 or 5 hours. I was so emotionally drained. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm wondering how I should go about this, if I should talk about the witnesses first. Maybe I'll do that, and then I'll kind of explain why this has been really tough for me. As some of you know, I do know Donna Matthews personally. Her and I were very good friends for a few years. She helped me through my very abusive relationship with my ex-husband. So she was a very good friend of mine at one time. We did lose contact because I moved to Chicago. Hi. I'm just gonna click wave to you there so I can see that you're there, and just let you know that I am acknowledging anyone who's here. So what happened today in court, as I was saying, Donna Matthews is a friend of mine. We did lose touch with each other after I moved to Chicago. And we saw each other here and there downtown, her walking her dog with some friends and things of that nature. And I will tell you that I've always really loved Donna as a person, as a friend. I know what she went through with her ex-husband. And Sarah, this headband on with, I'm going to stick that leaf right under there so it doesn't come up like, weird. So I've been kind of giving this some thought about my dog is bothering me. Hang on a second. Lola, hang on. I gotta cover her up. She's being weird. You're ruining my whole live thing here, Lola. Sorry. She's a burrower. So I just lost people now. Way to go, Lola. Way to get everybody to go. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry. My dog kind of freaks out when I don't pay attention to her. So, okay. So Donna and I, we haven't really talked to each other in a long time, and until the murder, after I found out that she had done this. And then we started communicating a lot through mail. She was sending me a lot of information about her situation and what she had gone through. And she was very loving and kind about my new family and everything else. And she was very happy for me. Through this process, I didn't know Donna at this time. I didn't know Michael Guyan. So I can't make any judgments on that. The problem that I'm finding in this trial, and again, I'm going to give a disclaimer. I do know Donna Matthews. She is a friend of mine. I am supporting her through this trial, and I will continue to support her the best way I can, the best way I possibly can, as I start getting the facts. Because the problem is that I never had all the facts. With that said, I'm having a very difficult time with this trial. I know a lot of her friends have stuck behind her through this whole thing. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And Donna is blessed beyond words to have friends who are sticking by her and loving her through this process. I, on the other hand, lost contact with Donna, but knowing Donna from the past has led me to support her as a woman that I loved and considered to be a very good friend of mine at one point in my life, who helped me through a very abusive relationship. So as I began to talk with her, she began to tell me her story, and I began to tell her story because nobody else was telling her story. And I felt that her story was important and it needed to be heard. And I felt like the justice system and the police department dropped the ball. And I still believe that, despite anything else I'm going to say today. I do believe that that there are a lot of people at fault for this, not just Donna. It would be really stupid for me to say that this was all Donna's fault. There are a lot of people who really could have prevented this from happening. And I feel like I'm starting to get a little frustrated that nobody took this serious enough to prevent Donna sitting in the chair that she's in today. So that's just my opinion on that. And I'm going to get into why things are kind of shifting for me. Not my opinion about Donna, but some of the facts that I know or knew, how they are now changing because of the facts I'm learning through this court trial. And it's hurting me deeply, personally. So just bear with me. Okay. The two witnesses today In the morning, as I said, I left early because I was emotionally drained and I had to leave and I was a little upset. So I did have to go and I slept. So when I was there, they had two witnesses from Hawaii. And one of the witnesses was a girl that she had worked with and just for a couple months. And this was also the girl who Donna had used her phone after Guyan's death, and the police had been contacting her. And Donna had asked this girl, could she use her phone? And when the girl said, well, why? Because she knew she had a phone, Donna then proceeded to say, because my phone is tapped by the police. And so Donna then had given this girl's number to someone. I'm not entirely sure who it was. We do know it was a woman. I don't know who it was at this point. It might have been her friend that testified yesterday. I'm not entirely sure. But so this woman did call back at this girl's phone number for Donna. And in the process, this girl kind of started learning the situation of what was going on with Michael and Donna and how Donna was upset and scared and complaining about the things that Guyan was doing to her. And so after Guyan's death, Donna started using this girl's phone. Well, it just so happened that this girl had a boyfriend that was there, and the boyfriend kind of overheard these conversations and believed that Donna had committed the murder. And when Donna found out about this situation, and I am repeating the witness's words and the comments that were made, because that's what I'm here to do, to give you that information, Donna was very upset with this girl and told her to have her boyfriend stop talking about her and saying that she killed Michael Guyan, and then proceeded to tell this girl that they had already arrested somebody for this murder. And we are under the belief that it would be her brother, Derek. So in this process of her realizing that this girl's boyfriend was on to Donna, Donna got mad and, according to the witness, said she threatened her and made her promise on her daughter's life that she would not speak about any of this to anyone. So we had to, so that was one of the witnesses. We did end with the witness last night. This was a tough one. This was a gentleman who frequented the bar where she worked in Winthrop Harbor, where I knew that she worked for many years. She actually got me a job there years and years ago. So she had worked there for quite a long time. And he was a patron there, apparently. And Donna was sharing a lot of information to this gentleman about her situation with Guyan, and showed him texts that he was harassing her, she was afraid of him, and so on and so forth. And now I'm going to talk about my opinion. I'm just going to throw my opinions in here and there. So one of the things that I'm finding is going to be really difficult for Donna's case is the fact that nobody, not one single person, has ever seen or met Michael Guyan. It's almost like he's non-existent. And I know that we're going to get into those details later. I do know that he was a recluse. I do know that from a neighbor who knew him. That is actually how I found out about Donna, from this woman who was a neighbor of Michael Guyan. And she said that he was a recluse and kept his windows closed and his blinds closed all the time. He very rarely left the house. So that would kind of make sense. But right now, as we're learning about it, I guess the jury might have an issue looking at it and saying, does this guy even exist? I mean, it just seems kind of weird that, he's harassing her and stalking her, but yet nobody has seen him. And if we know somebody who's stalking us or stalking someone, someone's got to see that, right? Again, my opinion of what the jury is probably thinking, this is a little odd. Okay, so that was really iffy. Now, the problem with the guy from yesterday is that they had recorded, the state had recorded Donna's messages and played them this morning. Now, the first message is he claimed it was threatening, she was angry, and truthfully, when I heard it, it didn't sound like she was threatening or angry. It sounded like she was distraught. It sounded like she was scared. But she basically said, hey, she had asked him to find a gun for her. She had talked to numerous people about finding a gun for her. Now here again, my opinion, Donna. What? Why? Why are you asking 900 people for a gun and then telling them you're going to kill Michael Guyon? It's very confusing for me. I'm having a really hard time swallowing this because these were things I was not aware of. I was told that she was cooperative with the police in coming forth about killing Guyon. And now I'm learning that she wasn't, that actually the police were contacting her and she was pretending like he was still alive, that he was still harassing her. And so that was a little tough for me, really, really tough for me. Okay, so I'm going to go back to those messages. The first one, she's saying, hey, this was a conversation between me and you. Why are you going around and talking about it to other people? I don't understand. I trusted you. Don't talk about this to anyone else. Just don't do it. That's kind of how it came across to me as I just said it. It wasn't like, hey, if you tell somebody I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, that's threatening. This was more of a matter of fact, like, you betrayed me. Why are you talking about this to other people? However, the problem is Donna was talking about it to other people. So I don't know how many people knew that she was looking for a gun to kill him. Because as the state keeps calling witnesses, every witness knew she was planning on killing Guyon. That's the worst part of this. Now, Donna's a lot like me, where she just shares anything and everything about her life. And she's a talker. She is social. She is friendly. She is beautiful. She's just this amazing woman who loves people. And she does share her life a lot. And I am the same way. If you watch any of my videos on YouTube, you know I will share probably more information than people care to know. And Donna is a lot like that. She just wears her heart on the sleeve and she tells people. And Brian, I am talking about a murder trial. My friend Donna Matthews, hi. My friend Donna Matthews is facing murder charges right now. So I'm actually talking about her murder trial. Thank you for joining me. And I'm doing it on Instagram Live too. So I'm looking at you and I'm also looking at my phone over here. So bear with me. Thank you for joining me though, Brian. So these two messages that the witness had received, was the first one of Donna being agitated that he was talking to people, and why wouldn't she be? But then the second one was a lot like what I do. I think she's a highly sensitive person. It's this whole thing where I get mad and I say things that I shouldn't say, and then I got to retract and I got to say, oh, that was really not good. And Donna's really good about that. I'm not going to lie. That, she has always been like that. Like, I'm just having a bad day. I don't know what your comment was, because I can't see anything else but what you're posting here, Brian. Sorry. Don't you agree with the comment I posted? I don't know what your comment was. If you could repost it here, I can make a comment on it. Thank you. So the second message was then her coming back and saying, I'm sorry, I said things I shouldn't have said. I was just angry and upset. Please forgive me. I love you. We've been friends forever. I'm, really sorry. I said things in the heat of the moment and I'm sorry. So we had to hear those two messages today. And I didn't really see anything wrong with those messages. I think the state was over exaggerating the whole, she's harassing him. And yes, but I can't see it here. Brian, can you post it here? Because I can't see it anywhere else. Only in the live chat. I can't see anything else. Sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. So if anybody else is on here and you want to say something, it needs to be in the live chat because I can't see anything commented anywhere else right now. My whole screen is the live screen. Sorry. I apologize, Brian. I'm not ignoring you, or I don't know what you said. I'm really sorry. Okay, so that's how his testimony ended. And it was kind of one of those things where he said he did never responded back to Donna because he didn't feel he should. Good idea. So he didn't respond to the one where he felt, threatened, and the one he said he felt threatened. Then he said she just seemed agitated. But the common theme through this story is self-promoting. I don't know what you're talking about. Self-promoting in YouTube chat. I don't know what you're talking about, Brian. I'm not self-promoting anything. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So anyway, as the witnesses are coming up who know her, one of the common themes is that, hi, Mackie. Hi. Oh. Okay, thank you for joining me. The common theme that's going on with people that know Donna and have known her, the main theme is this. Okay, Brian, are you going to talk to me about what I'm talking about? Because I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm trying to talk to people about this murder trial that's very important to me. I don't even know who you are. Are you here to discuss the Donna Matthews murder trial? Or are you here for the I am a creator crap-a-thon? I don't know. But if you're here to harass me and, do this stuff with me, then I'm going to ask you to go or I'm going to report you. So I don't know what you're here for. I don't know you. So, what are you here for? Because I don't know. You're talking about self-promoting in YouTube chat. I don't know what that means. You looked and explored at my channel. I saw the videos you made. What are you talking about? I need to get on with this live chat. So, because I don't want to get into a discussion with you that I don't know what you're talking about, because I have people who can't go to this trial who are actually watching me. For those of you who are watching me on Instagram live, just so you know, I'm having a discussion with somebody on YouTube live who I do not know, who's talking about something I don't know about. So I'm just trying to clarify and, just figure out. I'm here to help anyone who doesn't know what's going on to better understand. And I feel like I just wasted a lot of time on this, and please forgive me for that. I'm so sorry. Okay. I guess I'll find out when I read his comments, but I'm sure that's part of this I am a creator-thon. I have a lot of people harassing me from the site because I am exposing them for a sub-for-sub scam pyramid scheme, and I'm exposing their leader, and I am really exposing anybody who's involved in it. So I'm getting harassed a lot. I'm getting a lot of dislikes on all of my videos, which is really unusual because I don't really get a lot of traffic on my videos. So to get like 6, 7, 8 dislikes is really uncommon for me. So that's what I'm dealing with. That's a side note. And I'm sorry if that's what this is and this is happening as I'm going live. I'm really sorry, but these people are really cray cray. All right, so I'm going to get back to the murder trial. All right, for those of you who are here to really listen to what I have to say about this, I am very sorry and I apologize for that. And please bear with me. I might get harassed throughout this thing because this has been going on for a little bit. All right, I'm going to get back. So the common theme through all this is Donna seemed unusual. This was not her normal self. So people were saying it was out of her character to talk like this or to be agitated like this. In fact, the witness from yesterday, when he heard that first voice message from her, he wasn't even aware of who it was because it did not sound like Donna at all. So we know that Donna's going through this very traumatic time in her life. And I guess what I'm going to say, and I'll say it now, is I don't feel like the plea that she's going into is an appropriate plea. For the main fact that her defense is defense. The problem with the defense is that we know that these incidents of trying to find a gun and all these other things were starting to happen in April and May. The murder, if you don't know, if you do know, was July 4th, 2016. So we know now that this had been something she had been thinking about, working on for a few months. I don't know how I feel about that. Because that's not what I was told by Donna. And so there's a lot of things I'm finding out through the trial that I'm not entirely sure what's real. And that's why my title was, what is the truth? Because I don't know. I know Donna. I knew Donna. I don't know her now. And I didn't know her then. I just know what she was telling me, and that's what I'm going on. And regardless, please know, regardless, I still love her. I will still continue to support her and pray for her and stand behind her through this. But I don't think that her plea is a very good one of defense. I think more than anything, what needs to be looked at is a plea of insanity, temporary insanity, because that is a common theme. And anyone who knows her can see this, that she was not Donna. She was changing. Something was different in her. And even me, who had not been friends with Donna for quite some time during this time, when I saw the pictures of her and Michael Guyan in Hawaii, I could see in her eyes the life was gone. This was a very upbeat, positive, amazing woman who was full of life, even through the toughest times of life. And you could just, you know how you can see it in someone's eyes that something's just not right. You see it and you know it. And if you have a friend that you know really well, and you see their facial expression, you know whether something's wrong or not. Even if it's a smile, you know that they're forcing it. You know that there's something in their eyes is saying, God, help me. And that's how some of these pictures were of her with Michael Guyan. It doesn't seem like Donna. That's my impression. And that's the impression that I had a while ago when I first saw all of these things. So I really feel like her plea should be something much different. And I think that now it's too late. We're going with the self-defense thing, and it's not looking good for her because this has been going on for months. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the two witnesses from Hawaii. And this is one of the reasons why I started getting a little weird, because these two women were very hostile, very, they weren't your normal friends of Donna. because anyone who knows Donna knows what kind of loving, kind, compassionate, generous, thoughtful woman she was. But when Donna moved to Hawaii, we already know that Donna was going through a lot of emotional trauma with Guyan. So these two women, unfortunately, got to see that side of Donna, not the side of Donna that most of us knew and loved and cherished and still believe is in there somewhere, seriously. And I believe it with all my heart. I know she is. So the first witness was the girl that she worked with at a restaurant. And that was the one that she used the telephone for. And the boyfriend started telling her that he thought that Donna had killed Michael Guyan. And she was very upset about that as well. Now, the second witness, who was from Pleasant Prairie, but also went to Maui about 30 times, according to her testimony. Donna was considering moving to Hawaii again to try to get away from Guyan. And so she talked to this woman who frequented Maui often and just was getting some advice from her and trying to find out, hey, how do I get a job there? How do I move there? And things of that nature. And what happened is this woman wanted to move there. Her and her husband decided they wanted to move there, but they were going to go separately. And the wife was like, I don't really want to go by myself. But then she thought, hey, Donna wants to move down there. Maybe we'll ask her to move. So this wife and Donna got a studio apartment together, and Donna changed her phone number and pretty much made herself unknown to Michael at the time. However, according to this witness, she continued to have contact with Michael, even though she changed her phone number. This is where I'm starting to go, what's going on? I'm torn, because as a woman who has been abused, I know this. Oh, do I know this? That you flee, but then you get reconnected. You're starting to feel like, oh, maybe I was overreacting. Maybe I should go back with him. And when the woman asked the roommate, we'll call her the roommate, when the roommate asked Donna, why are you talking to him after you change your phone number? Donna's response was, because he'll blackmail me. So Donna knew that the consequence of completely cutting herself off from him could have been detrimental. I see that. I get that. I think I understand that on one hand. But on the other hand, I really wish she would have just, kept herself inconspicuous. Now, the other thing was, she told the roommate, do not tag me in anything on Facebook. I don't want anybody to know that I'm here in Maui, particularly Michael. However, Donna herself was posting things on Facebook showing that she was in Maui and in Hawaii and doing all these things. So it was kind of a contradiction there. So that was not a really good thing for Donna, unfortunately. And I can't get into Donna's mind. I can't explain why she would have done those things. I don't know. I only know that I'm going to have to wait for Donna's testimony to start making my own real judgments. But at this point, I'm feeling a little confused. I'm not going to lie. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. I feel a bit betrayed because of the stories I was told by Donna. I also feel like what I'm learning is that all these places she was going, Colorado, Hawaii, Indiana, trying to get away from Guyan, what I'm understanding from the prosecution is that she was inviting Guyan to come stay with her. They were getting hotel rooms. And then the second witness, at one point, the roommate, Donna and Gaia got into a fight, and she told this woman, hey, watch out for him. He's, really out of control, kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not giving the exact verbiage. And so she said that she told Donna, I did not sign up for this. I don't want to be a part of this. This is scary, and I don't want to be a part of it. And who blames her? Who would want to be a part of that? You're just moving to Hawaii to be like, I love Hawaii, right? And you're like, this is a good time place. And it turned out to be kind of a nightmare for this girl because Donna brought Michael into the picture. Sorry, I had a call on this end. So she brought Michael into the picture. She brought Michael to Maui. They got a place, a hotel. He was posting pictures of them together. He was posting pictures of her on the balcony after they had breakfast together. And then things got a little nutty, I guess, and he went crazy. And Donna was trying to the roommate said that Donna was angry at her all the time and irritated and seemed on edge all the time with her. And so she really didn't feel like it was working out. Donna didn't feel like it was working out. So they were talking about parting ways. But at this point, the wife had already moved back to Wisconsin here, was living with her husband. And according to her testimony, Donna was threatening her via text message. If you don't respond to my text message, I'm going to tell your husband what you're doing in Maui. However, the roommate was sitting there with her husband going, how can you do that? I'm not doing anything. I'm not even in Maui. So this is kind of where my head started spinning. And again, I love Donna. I will support her. I needed to get away today. I know that there are friends that are sticking with her, and they are really standing behind her 100% through this whole thing. And that's great. But they've known her through this whole process. Everything that anyone knows besides a couple people, it's all hearsay from Donna. It is, and I'm not, that's not an opinion. That is a fact. When the prosecution wants to talk, it asks people, have you ever met Michael Guyan? No. How did you learn about the harassment? Through Donna. Have you ever seen him lurking around? No. I got my question in my head is if he's stalking you, and again, remember, he was a recluse. He was not one to be out and about. But if you are stalking someone, I swear to you, if I were stalking someone, I'd be at their job all the time, especially if she's a bartender. Because you don't really, all you have to do is sit at the bar and watch everything she does. That's stalking, lurking around, and there's no evidence of that either. There was some tampering, I guess, with their car or something in the parking lot of her job, but nobody can verify that. There was a murder of her dog, and nobody can verify that. It's all Donna's word against having any proof, which is unfortunate because I know that. I've been in those situations too where you just know that somebody has done something, but you don't really have the viable proof to share with somebody to say, this is the proof I have. And it's basically your opinion or your thoughts or your own, I know this because I can tell, but you don't have the physical proof. So I think that's what Donna's facing right now is a real situation of nobody's ever seen him. All of the harassment and threats that have been made are strictly from Donna's telling people about it. People have seen some texts. yes. And I think once the defense comes through, we're going to be able to see a little bit more of that. And I'm really hoping that we get to see that. I'm not entirely sure where that's going to go because the state has already mentioned something about now pertaining those texts. Have you seen what she wrote to provoke that? So I'm going to assume that maybe Donna was contacting him or responding to him in a way that was triggering him. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that there's a few things that are eating at me that I don't like. And I don't like the fact, one, that the police didn't help her. Okay, that's my number one issue. The police didn't help her. And I really feel like there needs to be laws in place to help women who are trying to get that kind of help. You can't say go to a women's shelter. She wasn't beaten. And that's the other thing that the prosecution is trying to say. She wasn't beaten. Did you ever see any bruises on her? Did you ever see any cuts on her? Did you ever see her, any signs of physical abuse? Well, abuse doesn't have to be physical. The worst form of abuse is not physical abuse. It's mental and emotional abuse. Anybody who's been in abusive relationships knows that. Like, you would take a hit to the face over the emotional abuse any day. And I used to say that all the time. A bruise can heal, but the words stick in your heart forever. So to not be able to say that, I hate that. I hate this idea that the prosecution thinks that abuse is physical and only physical and not emotional. Emotional is and mental abuse is one of the worst forms of abuse, I think. And if somebody's harassing you, I think there needs to be laws in place against harassment. I don't know anybody who doesn't think that that's inappropriate. You don't have a right to harass someone and threaten them. You don't. But yet, the only way you can stop it is by getting a restraining order. And by getting a restraining order, just so you know, you have to go through the court system and prove that your restraining order is viable. Like, you have enough proof to say, oh yeah, this dude or this person needs to stay away from you. So obviously, several times the court had determined that Gann was a threat to her to give her the restraining orders. You don't just go down and say, hey, I want a restraining order. And they're like, oh, here, have one. We're just giving it out like candy. Just have one. They don't do that. You have to go through a very strict procedure in order to get one. And it's not like just signing a document and saying, okay, I'm filling out this paperwork. And they go, okay, good, stamp, here's your restraining order. No, you have to actually prove that there's a reason that you need a restraining order. And he had restraining orders from her, probably about 2 or 3 from what I understand. And his ex-girlfriend had restraining orders. Now as don't you start seeing a pattern? Who's handing out restraining orders? The judge? Don't you start saying, wait a minute. This is your 3rd or 4th restraining order for the very same thing. When do we start saying, hey, you know what? You've got a lot of restraining orders on you, pal. Something's not right with you. When do we start saying that? There needs to be a law in place where if you've had like 2 restraining orders against you for the same count, bye-bye, you're going to jail. Because who knows what this person is going to do, especially when we're talking about threats and harassment. This guy should have been in jail. That's where everything went wrong from the very, very, very beginning. That's the problem. Okay. The next problem I have is Donna. Sorry. Sorry for the family and friends of Donna who are watching this. But I do. And you know deep down inside, you do too. But you love her. And we're going to support her. But there's a problem here. And the problem is she was not in her right mind. And somebody could have done something to help her. Somebody should have said, Donna, snap out of it. You need help. Because it was driving her to the brink of madness. So much so that she was looking for a gun. She was asking numerous people about a gun. She's telling people, I am going to kill him. Okay, now that brings me to all these people who knew it and did not stop it. For anyone who knew or heard this from Donna, one, she needed help, and somebody should have said, you need help, and you forced it. Because anybody who knew Donna, they all said the same thing. She was not acting like herself. Donna has a beautiful, big, amazing personality. And when you see the anger and the frustration and there's a change in her, someone should have said, we need to get Donna help. Somehow. Someone should have taken her away. And I don't mean to a mental institute, but someone should have gone to Colorado, to wherever with her and taken her phone and just said, no, we're detoxing you from Guyan. I don't care how scared you are. We don't know whether his threats would have gone through or not. However, if they had have gone through, she would have had the proof that they went through. But we know nothing. He did nothing. He did not kill anyone in her family. The threats were like the creepy threats where he went to the brother and he went to the mother. Those are weird, creepy things. But they weren't threatening. They were creepy. They were unsettling. They were weird. But no one was hurt. So I don't know. My issue is, why didn't anyone stop this? And if you're a friend and you couldn't talk sense into her and you couldn't get her to reason with you about the gun or her talking about murdering him, you should have went to the police. If you loved her, you should have went to the police before it happened, not after. This guy who was a patron at the bar, he was not like her best friend. He knew that he should not respond to her. He knew it was wrong. Why didn't he go to the police then? Seriously, I don't understand why nobody is holding any of these people accountable. Why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you turn her in? She'd be facing less charges and she'd probably be free by now. And at that point, Diane would probably be out of her life unless she welcomed him back in again. And who knows? That could have happened. Because from what I understanding is that she was constantly letting him back in her life. But again, as someone who has been abused, I understand why you do that. This person beats you down so much that you feel like you can't get away. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself. I have been married 4 times, and 3 of those times I knew deep down in my heart I shouldn't have married them. I don't blame any of those men for my divorces. I blame me. Seriously, it's my fault I married them. It's not their fault. They were abusive. They were abusive before I got married. So it was my fault because I knew in the deepest part of who I was, these people were going to hurt me badly. And I was not going to be happy. And my first husband did threaten me. When I was ready to leave him, He did threaten me. He threatened that he was going to ruin my reputation, and he didn't have a good standing, but in the people that we knew, he was very famous. He wasn't a celebrity, but he was a very famous rock musician in the South. Like, he wasn't, a well-known rock and roll person, but he was famous enough in the South where if he went anywhere in the South, people recognized him and knew him from a band that he had been in his younger days. So he did have a lot of influence in the community of that part of the life that we were in. Sorry, I need to take a drink again. So he threatened me that he would ruin my reputation, and I believed it. And so I stayed. And then I finally just said, you know what? I don't care. Ruin my reputation. I'm out of here. And I did. But I did go back to him a couple times after. But right when I got back with him, I was like, oh, what am I doing? And I'd leave him again. So I get the abuse. I do. I get that. And I get why you go back. And you need it feels like a stability to you. It feels like they beat you down so much, like you can't get anything better. And they tear you down to where you just feel like you have to go back. You don't have any other choice. Now, the other thing I want to talk about real quick is these pictures of Donna on Facebook. And the reason why I want to bring this up is for anybody who's watching this. If there's anybody, I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who will watch it after. I don't know how old you are. I don't know your demographics, okay? But I'm going to tell you as a woman right now, I don't care who you're with. I don't even care if it's your husband. Do not let anyone, do not let anyone take pictures of you naked. Okay? Got that. Do not let anyone take pictures of you naked. Ever. Ever. Don't do it. Because it will come back to haunt you. I'm zooming in and out here again on my phone. But you can't do that. Because you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what's going to happen in the long run. You don't know how this person's going to be in 5-6 years from now, even as your spouse. And anyone who's been following me knows that right now I'm going through a situation where my husband has completely changed. He's different. He's not the man I married. And I'm not saying I don't trust him, with anything, but I'm saying people change. And eventually people get divorced. And eventually when you go through a divorce, let me tell you, it can be really ugly. And through this process, they're going to use any evidence that they have against you, which could be those photos, which is going to make you look ridiculous. And I know Donna was a very gorgeous woman. She is a gorgeous woman. And she's got a beautiful body. And she is a very sexual person. I'm not going to lie. She was a very sexual person, and she's sexy. She's beautiful. So these pictures weren't disgusting. They were sexy, but she was naked. And she's very embarrassed by them now. And a lot, what the prosecution is trying to say is that she's angry about those pictures being posted publicly. I don't think that's the case. I think that's a really weak argument, but it is a huge part of why she was starting to get agitated, because it was embarrassing. You think that whatever you're doing, these pictures at the time when you're in love and you're having so much fun and you're being, kind of, ooh, let's do that, don't do it. That's all I gotta say about that, because that stuff's gonna come back and bite you. It's not going to be a good thing. And this is living proof that it can come back and haunt you and embarrass you and humiliate you and be used against you. So with that, I'm going to close and just say that I will continue to keep you updated. Tomorrow is my husband's day off, and I need to spend some time with my family. I think we're going to be going to the water park tomorrow, but I am going to try to go to court early in the morning. I don't know anything that happened this afternoon after the roommate witnessed for the prosecution. I do not know how the defense handled it, but I will tell you this, that I wasn't real thrilled with the way the defense just kind of let some of these questions go on, because the prosecution at one time was asking questions like, didn't Donna seem to relish in being stalked? Didn't she enjoy being stalked? These are terrible, horrible questions. I don't even appreciate it. But the defense didn't say, are you kidding me with this? I don't get it. I really, truly don't understand why the defense is allowing that type of questioning. But everybody keeps telling me they're the best of the best. And so I just kind of sit back because I don't know the law and I need to just shut up. But the reality is I don't get it. I really don't. So I am going to probably go for a couple hours tomorrow in the morning. I don't know if I will do a live chat tomorrow because I might be gone. And then my mother-in-law is moving in with me this weekend. So I have a lot of my own drama going on. So on top of everything else, and this is just me talking about me. I'm sorry. I have a lot of drama in my life going on that I don't even want to deal with. That drama I don't want. We're trying to find a place to live. I'm dealing with Mormonism with my husband. It's a very traumatic thing that's happening in my marriage. And my mother-in-law is coming to live with me, who I've lived with before and has made me a little miserable. So trying to find a place to live right now is really hard. We're having a very difficult time trying to find a place just for the two of us. Now we have to try to find something for the three of us with animals. A lot of places aren't taking animals anymore. They're very, very picky and choosy. Even finding an apartment is difficult. So I'm dealing with that struggle. We have to be out by the end of August. I'm dealing with Mormonism and trying to figure out what is happening with my husband, and having to deal with his family. And on top of that, I'm trying real hard to love and support a friend of mine who helped me through one of the darkest times of my life. And I want to be there for her despite everything else. Whatever else has been said and done that I don't agree with, I still love her. And I'm still going to stand behind her and pray for her and hope for the best, pray for the best, and believe that God knows what he's doing. And that's all I can do. And I just want to thank you for watching. And I pray for you. God bless you. Thank you. And just please continue to pray for Donna. And thank you for watching. And I will see you probably next week. Okay, because I will be going to the trial starting again on Monday. So I will start these live chats again on Monday. God bless you. Thank you. Bye.